Flash Rosenberg, and I'm artist in residence here for Live from the New York Public Library.
I draw portraits of conversations in real time. You will be able to see what I am drawing on this big screen behind tonight's Dada speakers. Tonight, because it is Dada, my dress will draw itself. And while my dress is coloring itself in, I will go draw tonight's talk.
Thank you.
My name, as you know, is Mark Twain, and I am dead. I promise you, I was Dada first. But really, I don't want to say that I've been Dada before anybody else, because I really don't want to get into a fight with Andrei Codrescu, who has written a book. His book is entitled The Posthuman Dada Guide, Tzara and Lenin Play Chess. Then there's Henry Alford. He has written a book entitled How to Live. I personally thought that's something you just did, but no. Then there's my book. It is a new book by a dead author entitled Who is Mark Twain by Mark Twain himself. Tonight we also have Max Rada. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. he will be mending and repairing with money on Wall Street, because everything is better with money. Welcome, Andrei Codrescu and Henry Alford.
Mark Twain, you're
Thanks,
cool.
Mark. I'm slightly terrified by the images behind us. It occurs to me that most of my favorite words in French begin with the letter P. Like there's that la pellicule, which I think means film. If someone says, how was your evening? You can say pellicule.
You can.
You can, if you want to.
Shoes are the 20th century's most potent metaphor. There was a shoe bomber. Remember him?
Yes, intimately.
There were riots in Pakistan, riots because of Islamic script written on the bottom of Nike sneakers. In Egypt and even in New York, guests must take off their shoes at the door. So to walk in shoes is sort of an essential act of civilized humans.
So I'm quite amazed. I bring up the subject of shoes, and you have something to say about it.
Well, they're fundamental, you know. I mean, what is between your shoes and your hat?
Maybe a few other things.
A few other things, like a heart that beats faintly. Maybe a penis that stands correctly. This is what we have in America. We have God, money, and penis. In February 1909, F.T. Marinetti's Futurist Manifesto was published in Le Figaro, and it proclaimed, we want to demolish museums and libraries. Let the arsonists with charred fingers come. Heap up the fire to the shelves of the libraries. The Italian futurists had no patience at all. They wanted something even faster than FedEx and Google. They wanted fire.
Yeah, the fact that people can now Google information is really helping to erode old folks' status in society as the keepers of institutional wisdom. You may not go ask your grandparents about such and such a thing if you can bang it out on Google. Remember that. Remember Granny the next time you Google.
I actually plan on never Googling again.
Do you have a granny, Paul?
No, I killed her by Googling.
And then came Tristan Tzara, daddy of Dada, who 7 years later in 1916 proclaimed Dada is against the future.
What does your book, How to Live, tell us about the future?
It's a very rosy future. It's flowery and delightful, whereas Andrei's might be slightly darker. I'm interested in what were some of the personal lives of the Dadaists, because it strikes me that you invite Dada to the party, but you don't marry Dada, right? That it's a very exciting, vivid, woo, approach to life, but wow, what kind of a personal life does one have when one is lining urinals with fur or bursting into poemes simultanees or any of these rather exciting forms of communication?
Well, you know, that's a matter of choice and how long do you plan to keep your body. And
my meat body.
Yes. A dedicated Dadaist, which is a kind of contradiction in, in terms, you would just spend it quickly and you would not make it past your 29th birthday. I mean, there's no reason to.
Right.
So perfection and duration don't go together then.
No, they don't, actually. Perfection is brief. Duration is long. I mean,
The New York Public Library that has 52 million items and 7 floors of books and goes right under Bryant Park. It's a very prestigious library, a very heavy library. I've actually always wondered how much it weighed. Do you know how much it weighs by any chance?
I think it weighs as much as your soul.
And what do you find when you're looking for wisdom in the library? You're looking for quotations from great writers, because your book is a mixture, I might say, a potpourri, to use a French word.
Yes.
It is a potpourri of people's experience and great wisdoms throughout the ages.
Yes, and like potpourri, it's something that people are putting on top of their toilet. So many people's last words are so quintessential and so inimitable that they're almost like parody to me. You know, famously, Oscar Wilde died in a Parisian flop house and said, either the wallpaper goes or I do.
Yeah.
The first assignment I give my students is to write an epitaph every morning, because you don't know whether you're going to die that day or not, and then eventually you'll have a collection of epitaphs.
Did you see this? This is pretty good. I like. What's on your epitaph for the moment?
See you later. I've taught a seminar from 3 to 6 in the afternoon, and my students get very hungry. So I had them write poem on fruit. They ate their last words.
Oh, right, because there's one theory that holds that Dada is the sarcastic, yeah, yeah.
That's no fucking theory.
That's just what...
That's a good point. Dada, yeah, say something about the origin of Dada.
In the end, it's all Dada.